thinking this is the first time I've ever done one of these. Hopefully it's not the last one I do. But I've decided just as something to do, because not that I can't think of things to do as far as stuff to do on here, but I thought this would just be a good little filler thing to do, and that is to start reviewing some of the TV shows. We'll see how long this lasts and if I get burnt out and how it goes. But I figured I would at least make an attempt of it. So we're going to start with Raw. That was earlier. And watching this, I remember why I don't like watching Raw live, and why I used this to fast forward through a lot of Raw. Because not that Raw was bad, but there's just, it's just so much better when you just fast forward through some of this stuff. So anyways, so we started with Nexus. Nexus came out, cut a promo talking about what they did to The Undertaker, talking about what Barrett did to Randy Orton. Randy Orton then came out, talked about that, that they'd shown all this video package, but they'd edited out Orton taking out 2 of the members of Nexus. This went on for a while. Then the general manager sent his little message and announced that Justin Gabriel will take on John Cena, and Randy Orton would take on Wade Barrett later tonight. So, there we go. Then we came back and they showed a little weird thing where we saw Edge leaving the match last week and not Jericho, so I'm thinking that was probably a snafu. But then Jericho came out, the manager, general manager basically said that as punishment, he was putting on his title shot, were on the line, and that Chris Jericho would take on John Morrison, and if John Morrison won, he would get his shot at the title. So, pretty good match, not a great match, not even for a TV. I would say a pretty good TV match, but not a really good match, but just a good TV match. It was a little slow in spots and a little sloppy, which can happen with John Morrison matches, but it's pretty good. John Morrison went over, so that was nice. And the facial expressions and the attitude to Chris Jericho was pretty good, leading up to, of course, the angle where if he said he did not win the championship at Night of Champions, he would walk away from the WWE. So there we go with that. Then we had a Divas match. Melina taking on Alicia Fox. Do you really care? I didn't really care. So there we go. Then we had The Miz kind of hyping up this thing about him talking about the road to awesome that he had gone through to get here. And we got to hear Michael Cole, gush like he does, which is kind of interesting. It does add a little bit of wrinkle to the, Michael Cole, Daniel Bryan, Miz thing. I do kind of like that myself. So that was good. We had Edge and Zack Ryder do a little skit. I don't know who's writing Edge's stuff, but it sucks. I just would like to point that out. This wasn't a very good segment in my opinion, and yeah, so there we go. Then we had Ted DiBiase and Maurice do another segment. This actually wasn't too bad. It was kind of, Maurice came in and said, you sent me this love letter. He said, I didn't send it. Why would I send you a love letter when I could, just tell you to your face, blah, blah, blah. So, I mean, it looks like it's going to be one of those type of angles, but I'm fine with that. So, there we go. So, Justin Gabriel and John Cena. I want to talk about this match because this was actually a good TV match. And another thing, John Cena, I'm sure some people will come on here and say, oh, John Cena buried Justin Gabriel. I wouldn't say that myself because Justin Gabriel got a lot of offense in. He got to show a lot of stuff. It took, John Cena did the top rope attitude adjuster, so to beat him. Justin Gabriel looked good in this match. I wouldn't say that he made Justin Gabriel. I wouldn't say that he put Justin Gabriel over by still, pinning him. But I don't think he made him look bad either. He made him look like he, somewhat belonged in the ring with him. And I think that is one of the things the WWE has not done well over the years. It is when guys like John Cena get in the ring with the guy like Justin Gabriel, the John Cena type just, makes the Justin Gabriel tape look like he doesn't even belong in the ring with him, and that didn't happen here. So that was good. I like that. This was a pretty good match. We actually saw John Cena pull out some, the wrestling that we don't usually see him pull out either. So I enjoyed it. I thought it was pretty good. So there we go. Let the Cena haters hate. So, yay. Then The Miz came out, talked to himself about, or promoted this road to awesome. He talked about how, he started out as a reality TV, personality, got into the WWE, got on Tough Enough, this, that, and the other, how everyone against him. All this stuff showed the new cover of the WWE magazine with him on it. This led to Daniel Bryan coming out, challenging The Miz, basically saying, put up your United States Championship. They went back and forth. It was pretty good little banter at the end. I did like the end where, Daniel Bryan got his finisher on The Miz. Then, who was it that came out? I can't remember. The NXT guy who came out, Alex Riley. Yeah, that's it. Alex Riley came out. Then Daniel Bryan put his finisher on him as The Miz was looking on. It's pretty good. They did the whole thing where showing where The Miz tapped Daniel Bryan's finisher, even though he didn't really tap. It wasn't really a match, but you get the idea. It was a really good segment. Really built up this mid-card kind of match on this show. So that was good. I think this is a match that I think a lot of the diehards, a lot of the internet fans are looking forward to. And hopefully they did a good enough job to at least somewhat to the more casual fans into it. So it's a really good segment, though. I really did enjoy it. I think it did its job, and that's basically what you want a TV segment to do, is do its job, and that's what it did. Then we got crap. We got Edge versus the Great Khali, where Edge basically beat the Great Khali twice doing crap. It doesn't matter. This was a crap segment. It was great. This wasn't even what you would say is an acceptable Great Khali segment. This was just garbage. I don't even know why they did this. Blah, 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 blah. Finally, then we got Chris Jericho, who was moping in the back. He was talking about, Josh Matthews was trying to interview him about about him losing and him walking away from WWE and this and that and the other. They showed a close-up of Jericho, panned out. Morrison was sitting next to him. Was a pretty good little segment. Morrison was kind of, talking to him. Looked like he was trying to, kind of cheer him up, kind of being Jim Morrison's kind of weird self. And it was very interesting. It was a very good segment, just for Chris Jericho's facial expressions and the way he was acting. Really good stuff. And which led to the next segment, which was Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton. The other members of the six-pack challenge came out, except for John Morrison, which kind of sends a red flag about Jim Morrison being in this match, I think. But came out. Cena, Sheamus, Sheamus, and Edge came out. This was an okay match as far as Wade Barrett and Randy Orton. The commentary wasn't as good as you would thought. I think there was too many guys on commentary because you had all these other guys on commentary, and they were bickering back and forth and kind of took away from the match a little bit. Not that the match was really much there. Wade Barrett's still pretty green, even though he's got a good presence. He's good on the mic. There's a lot of good things about Wade Barrett, but the in-ring stuff is not one of them at this point. He's adequate, but he's not great. Unfortunately, it was an average match. It was an average TV match, but was just kind of there. But was still a good little match. The end. Randy Orton just didn't beat Wade Barrett. It took Darren Young coming back, distracting Wade Barrett, then Randy Orton hit him with the RKO, which is fine with me because part of that finisher is supposed to be able to come out of anywhere. Then he RKO'd Edge and Sheamus, and wasn't too big on that. The whole Steve Austin push thing just isn't doing it for me. And then they ended the show with Cena and Orton. Yay, we get to see this again, except this time on television, which will be the main event of next week with Raw Roulette. And they actually said, and I'm sure they probably said this before and I just never noticed, but they said, spin the wheel, make the deal. They actually said that. They actually said that on the show. I cannot believe you would even say that. But an average Raw at best. There was some good stuff on it, but there wasn't enough good stuff on it to really And you would think that they would really try their best to really go out there and put on a really good show, leading up to them going up against the NFL. You would think they would try to put on better shows, and they're just not doing it on Raw. The comedy skits just don't work. They're over-scripting guys, the whole bit that everyone talks about. It was still an average Raw. Like I said, I liked the Morrison Jericho stuff. I thought that was good, and I thought the Daniel Bryan Miz stuff was very, very good, and I did like the Cena Gabriel match. I thought that was a lot of fun. So there was at least some stuff to like about the show. I know, did it do its job as far as leading up to the pay-per-view? Not so much in my opinion. I mean, you did a good job for one of the matches, but I don't think you did a really good job for the main event. So I would say it was about 50-50 leading up to the pay-per-view. But we'll wait and see. Maybe next week they'll hit a home run. I don't think so, but that's just my opinion, and I could be completely wrong. But anyways, that's my thoughts on Raw this week. So with that, I'm sure I left out something, but oh well. We'll try again next week. Maybe. We'll see. Late work.